What is going on, you guys? It's Joseph Conlon coming to you with a, mini review for the Royal Rumble from last night's show. I was very tired last night. So was Eddie, so we decided to put the review off until tomorrow. And I had school today, so I decided to do this review for you guys right before tonight's Raw. And hopefully we get it up like an hour before, so you guys can check out my feelings and Eddie's feelings on the Royal Rumble. It's going to be me in a clip talking about the Rumble and then himself, so I'm just going to do a brief description of what I thought of the matches. So I'm going to skip the kickoff show. I'm going to go right into the Falls Count Anywhere match with King Corbin and Roman Reigns. Honestly, guys, I did not like it that much. It was very boring, stale at times. I mean, the porta potty spot was absolutely ridiculous, and I thought that was really unnecessary. And then you got like punches on the floor seats. That's why they did this Falls Count Anywhere match, to give you guys the entrance. If they did like a loser eats dog food match, no one would care. So that's why they did this match. Roode and Ziggler got in, the Usos got in, and they were brawling. Jey Uso did a dive, crossbody off of the production, and then Roman and Corbin were fighting on top of the dugout. Roman hit a spear on Corbin, 1, 2, 3 again. I thought it was a pretty boring Falls Count Anywhere match. At the end of the day, I just want them to move on from each other, please. That's all I'm asking for. Women's Royal Rumble match. Okay, so this was actually a good Women's Royal Rumble because you had Bianca Belair, who looked like an absolute stud in this match up until Charlotte Flair came out, and then she got eliminated by her, which shouldn't have happened. But the real downfall of the match was when number 29 came out, and number 29 was Santina Marella, and he eliminated himself, and he was just in there to do a spot with Beth Phoenix, which was horrible and a waste of spot. Basically telling me they'd rather waste a spot than put Sasha Banks in the Rumble, which was ridiculous. If she's hurt, though, I hope she's okay. But then you had Shayna Baszler come in at number 30, wreak havoc, eliminating Zelina Vega, Tegan Nox, Xia Li. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Shayna was a one-woman wrecking crew. And then at the end, it was down to Shayna and Charlotte. And at the end, freaking Shayna looked like a doofus. And Charlotte won the Women's Royal Rumble. And I almost had a stroke, man. I almost had a stroke sitting on my couch watching Charlotte Flair win the Women's Royal Rumble. It was very heartbreaking to me. I do not want to see Charlotte Flair in another championship match at WrestleMania. How many times do we have to do rinse and repeat with the same people over and over again? You might as well call her Charlotte Reigns. You might as well call her Charlotte Reigns. And the feud with Becky Lynch, it's like John Cena versus Randy Orton, man. It's ridiculous. So the match was good, but the entire thing was ruined because of Charlotte winning the Rumble. Bayley versus Lacey Evans, I mean, I'm not even going to talk about it, man. I barely paid attention. I was so upset that Charlotte won that Women's Rumble match, so I could not get that off my mind. But the match was awful. The match was awful with Bayley and Lacey Evans. No one cared. I actually saw a picture on Twitter that had 300 people lined up to go to the bathroom during that match. So that was definitely the bathroom break, and Bayley retained. So that's good. Bayley retained at the end of it. Lacey Evans is not championship material. Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in a strap match. This was probably Bray Wyatt's best character under the Fiend. Bray Wyatt's best match under the Fiend character by far. Both times with Daniel Bryan. And maybe his two best matches in his career, with both at Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. So that's pretty damn cool. No red lights, thank God. That was a huge positive in that match. Bray Wyatt actually looks scarier without the lights on than he does with the lights. It actually looks ridiculous in my opinion. But Bryan took a beating. They told a great story. Bryan's back was red the entire time. Bryan was going for a running knee, and Bray caught him in midair and hit his sister Abigail. That was absolutely fantastic. Wyatt got him in the mandible claw, slammed him to the ground, 1, 2, 3. Wyatt retained the Universal Championship. It's very interesting to see where Daniel Bryan goes after his feud with The Fiend. It feels like it's over, and he should probably move on because he's got nothing left to prove against him. I'm going to rush this one because I got a lot to say about the Men's Rumble match. Asuka versus Becky Lynch felt a little underwhelming for my case. It felt like I didn't really care about it. No one really cared about it. But I thought the finish was really nice with Asuka doing the green mist and then Becky kicking Asuka in the face so that Asuka got the mist on herself. Becky put in the disarmer and she tapped out to the disarmer. Predictable as always. Becky defeated Asuka, and Becky Lynch's days as Raw Women's Champion are numbered. So here comes Charlotte Flair. Here comes Charlotte Flair. Men's Rumble match. I was actually thinking about this long and hard in school today. I was very, I would say, angry that Brock Lesnar was just eliminating people left and right, treating the main roster like jobbers. But at the end of the day, guys, do we really care about those jobbers? Look like Elias. Elias is a loser. Eric Rowan, no one cares about him. Bobby Roode's a loser. John Morrison, his return got ruined when he appeared on a backstage segment. The Kofi, the New Day Rey Mysterio thing, I'll hold it this way. The New Day Rey Mysterio thing, that was absolutely fantastic. Brock jumping off of Big E's back to clothesline Kofi. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? Brock is a freaking madman. So he eliminates the New Day, and then he eliminates Cesaro, Shelton Benjamin, who looked like a complete idiot, Shinsuke Nakamura, who came out 12th? I don't even remember. So, and then 13 things started picking up. Keith Lee came out. I was actually really happy about this. He looked ready to go. He got an intense face-off with Brock. And then Braun Strowman came in, and Brock eliminated Braun and Keith Lee. I wish Keith Lee was in there longer, man. It would have been really nice to see him go at least 15, 20 minutes. And then Ricochet came out, but this was where the Rumble started to get fantastic. Drew McIntyre comes out at number 16, and Ricochet gives him a low blow. And Drew McIntyre gives him a Claymore kick. Brock goes over the top rope. Drew McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar. I marked out, man. I marked out. That was a big moment for Drew. Then we got The Miz, Dolph. I don't remember who number 18 was. I'm sorry. But let's get to number 21. Oh my God. Edge. Talk about marking out. I absolutely marked out when Edge came out. I was smiling from ear to ear, and I was screaming in my living room. I'm like, oh my God. I knew it was going to happen too. But the moment was so great, especially with the pyro and coming in the Rumble. He looked phenomenal as well. He looked phenomenal. Teased the match with AJ Styles by eliminating him. Teased the match with Randy Orton. Matt Riddle came in at number 23, and he lasted in the Rumble for 40 seconds, man. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? Friggin' Matt Riddle? Like, well, that's a waste of spot. It really is. Roman Reigns came in at number 26. Kevin Owens came in at 27. Aleister Black came in at 28. Samoa Joe came in at 29. Seth Rollins came out at 30. Seth Rollins and his crew, they took out Joe, they took out Owens, and they took out Black. So it looks like Black is going to be injected into the feud with Seth Rollins' faction. So we'll see what happens tonight with that. Very interested to see what happens. Finally, I'm going to go to the Final Four. We got Edge, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Drew McIntyre. Edge and Randy Orton were teaming up. Edge turns on Randy Orton. Report from Dave Meltzer today. Edge is supposed to be facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I do not mind that at all. Roman Reigns eliminates Edge. Houston booing Roman Reigns. I'm sitting on the couch, so nervous that Roman Reigns is going to win, that if he wins, I'm going to throw something at the television. Roman goes for the spear. Claymore kick. Roman goes over the top rope. Drew McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble match and will go on to face Brock Lesnar probably at WrestleMania. This was a fantastic Royal Rumble match. Thinking about it over again at school, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't mind Brock eliminating those jobbers in the beginning. Drew eliminating Brock was awesome. Edge came back, unbelievable. And then Drew eliminated Roman Reigns to win the Men's Royal Rumble, and he's probably going to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar. I can't get Roman Reigns out of my mind. I hate him so much. Speaking of Roman Reigns, if this means that Roman Reigns didn't win the Royal Rumble, bet your bottom dollar, figure Roman Reigns is winning the Elimination Chamber. And I gotta see it live, so I'm gonna boo him out of the building. I am. But thank you guys for watching this mini interview. Remember, subscribe to the Big Five Phil channel. We got some content up for you guys this week. Have a good night. I'll be live tweeting during Raw, and yeah, have a good night.